inner child healing. Such a deep healing, but so necessary. So much, at least I truly believe that so much of our, perhaps our struggles, our patterns, our cycles, this when in relationships, in self-care, all of the things where it can be a bit of a struggle, definitely can come and be stemmed from inner child, from how we were conditioned as children. This isn't to place any blame on parents. I like to hopefully trust and believe that those who took care of us as we were growing up were simply doing the best that they could with what they got, right? And they were teaching us what they knew. But what they were taught was what they knew is probably what they were taught from their adults, who were taught from their adults, right? So much of our inner child work is generational. What happens is when we come into this incarnation, not only are we clearing out a lot of our own gunk, but we're also clearing out our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents. You might start to find that there's like a chain of the same cycle that's happened, right? And if we don't address it, if we don't work through it ourselves, then we simply continue the chain and pass it on to the generations to come. And some of those things we may not want to do. So I commend you for even being here, considering doing inner child work. It is a very, very, very deep healing process. This is one where it's very much an equal energy for the both of us when it comes to this session together. You will be working just as hard and be just as involved, right? But this is beautiful because that's how the healing happens. I will be here to guide you and to poke around and ask you a bunch of questions. So how does this work? So it's a 2-day session. Your first day, we will meet on Zoom and we will have a nice deep chat about everything that you're working on. What is it that you're going through? What is this particular issue that you're finding that you know is just like, this is from when I was a kid, or this is, I know that my parents never valued or honored my feelings, and now I have a really hard time expressing them. Or, when certain things happen in life, what gets triggered is the 6-year-old in you that was always told you're dumb, or you don't know what you're talking about, or no more talking, you're not meant to talk, you're just meant to, children are meant to be seen and not heard, right? All these old teachings get ingrained in us. Then when we're adults, we may have a hard time truly speaking our truth, or trusting our intuition, or we may find that we end up in relationships that are very similar to the relationships that we've had experienced or witnessed as children, right? And so what we do is we'll dig. The first day is all digging. And when I say dig, I ask that if you choose to do this, that you are open and willing to go there. The deeper you go, the more open you are with this work, the more healing that's going to come. You will supply me with all these answers, and I'm just going to keep asking based on what Spirit is bringing through. And then we will have a 24-hour gap, right? So at the end of that session, 24 hours later, we'll come back together. During that time, I will be sitting with usually it's about, anywhere from 10, 15, 20 pages of notes that I've been writing down all about you and your inner workings. And I will have sat with it, created and channeled through a beautiful visualization, guided meditation. Don't worry if you're not good at visualizing. We can work through however it is you're good at, whether it's feeling, through hearing. We all receive differently, right? So I will work through a whole guided thing so that when we show up together for part 2, day 2, we will spend another nice chunk of time together on Zoom. The first little chunk will be digging a little bit more, but that one's a little more fun to talk about. And then we will go into your guided visualization. And during that time, the way I like to look at it is it's kind of like a fun house, right, at a circus. And you go in and you're like, I don't know what I'm going into. And you got all these different these different funhouse mirrors and, you know, that wheel you go through and like twists and turns and all the things. But by the end that you come out, you're completely changed. We will be working energetically. We will be working on bonds and cores, and it's all higher realm stuff. Your higher self would be there. Mine will. Our spiritual teams. Everyone will come together and connect and really do some deep, beautiful clearing. What you will find. Oh, wow. There's a. Oh, I wish you could. Do you see that? That huge, beautiful butterfly. Oh, I wish you could see this butterfly's transformation. There it goes again. Oh my goodness. Well, if that's not a sign. Wow. Okay. So at the end of your session with me, at the end of that fun house, massive transformation will happen. What you will find is by the time we have our first session together and are talking, you'll already start feeling shifts happening during that 24 hours in between while I'm working on you and channeling and all that into the, God, that was beautiful, into the second, session together. So, yeah. And then, so what this does, it's not a one-time fix. It could be, but what it does do, though, is you will for sure have a massive healing gateway open up, and it's basically like this big old boulder that's been sitting on you for so long will be lifted and rolled forward and lifted off, and then more things will likely come up, but you will start to feel the shift. My clients have said things, everything from within a day or two, everyone's responding differently to them. They're finding others are actually caring a little more, you know, reaching out to them out of nowhere, recognizing a change in their energy. They're not being triggered as much. Or when things come up again, they go back to the guided visualization. I will record it and send you part 2, so don't worry. And then you can go through it again, go through pieces of it again. Yeah, oh, that butterfly. Anyways, okay. On that note, I look forward to connecting with you. Inner child work is so beautiful, so powerful. Not only does it assist yourself, but the generations in the past and the generations to come. You are doing big, big healing work, and I commend you for stepping up and for doing it. You got this. All right. Have a beautiful rest of your day.